Today.
In 600 feet, turn right.
That's any first-hand knowledge of the Illuminati for poops and giggles, I guess. I don't really care to do so, but just like, why not, you know? Why not? B.O.B. said F something. Their bargaining is interesting. And I gotta say this. I respect the fact that they don't. Never mind. I won't even say that. I'll just take that back. I think they are. You know, I have no idea what outside of what you can pull up on the internet. Regardless, I can't really speak on nothing. But what I do know is they required something. Alright, so let's use the word maximum effort. That's what I'm gonna throw around. They require something called maximum effort or something. Well, the problem was with certain people is that, and I'll use certain people for example. They would have to. It's not even a pass or. I think it may be a pass or fail type of thing, but I think I don't want to. I guess. Well, I mean, why not? In my personal experience, if they're requiring something that almost like a reboot of showing what you made of to become a part of it. Reboot if you're already in. Look at this motherfucker. Which you already a part of. A reboot of I guess your effort in a sense. A reboot of your effort in a sense. It's kind of fucked up when you already, was in the middle of displaying it, you know what I mean? And they would take time out to kind of slow you down and fuck you up with it a little bit. Not realizing that, I don't know, but the bottom line is they fuck the initiation. Fuck that part of life. Fuck that. Okay, I don't even want to address anything in dealing with an initiation of anything. I don't know. So, fucking initiation part of it. The other part is, I've ran through I've come across some really great professors, intellectuals, some awesome speakers who can speak on this more than I can. But what I do know is the end result of their madness is bullshit. That's all it boils down to. It's bullshit. And I guess the time is kind of like the time we live in now. I couldn't understand it. I couldn't have a clear head about it, a clear understanding of it all. But it all has played out to a certain degree. It all has played out. And they ran this interesting comparison game to something, and it was kind of fucked up. You know what I mean? I'm like, damn. Yes, I heard a lot of times they require a sacrifice to be a part or do this, do that. And once you learn it, and the thing is, me knowing this type of stuff, I was like, no, I'm good. Like, who join an organization that you can't be initiated in unless you initiate some form of evil or some form of, I guess, damn near, defining the sacrifice. What the fuck is it? You know what I'm saying? What the fuck is a sacrifice? So it's like, excuse me. I sacrifice gas money to get the fuck to work every day. Like I do that. You know what I'm saying? Like I sacrifice, getting to work if this is a fucking job. Like I don't know what the fuck else y'all talking about. Like I'm not doing that. So why is it that people were so pressed to do so, for whatever reason? And I never understood how they think they're supposed to be all big-headed about people wanting to be down with it. I just wasn't, you know what I mean? And what I think is possibly true is that they might know that people they probably would have record of anybody's first person knowledge and try to get around them and then kind of underhand them a little bit and get around them, try to underhand them to do it anyway. But again, I don't think I would have ever let anybody I know join an organization who has a requirement of making a sacrifice. I just don't understand that. So, for whatever reason, they can promise you success or wealth or making shit happen in your life. It's kind of like, that's what we do. You know what I mean? You grow up. And the beauty of it is this. We all have callings in life. We all already have callings in life. And the fact is that with your calling in life, I personally believe that, you're supposed to go out there and make it happen. You know what I mean? And the key word for me is, what's the criteria for this employment? You know what I'm saying? Or what's the criteria to jumpstart your life? What's the criteria for that? Because if you don't meet the requirements of what they're looking for, then you got to be able to say, okay, thank you much. You know what I mean? And it was definitely an honor and a privilege to see, that they wanted you to possibly do something about it. But some of this shit that they require, you just like, no thank you, and you're supposed to be able to say that. So here I am. Here I am sitting here. You know what? A side note, I was trying to quit smoking, but I realized that fucking right now anyway. I'm gonna put a patch on and smoke at the same time, see what kind of shit happened with that. It's like, where was I? Oh, so they got requirements for this shit, you know what I mean? And you're like, no, I don't want to meet your requirements. That doesn't give them the right to try to take you out. So then they got all this magical shit going on. Simply black magic, just evil shit that they do. And I'm not gonna patch on something. I think that's very dangerous. So again, as far as I know, what a lot of media plays, especially a lot of reports online, they show some of this stuff that they talk about, sacrifices and plots to harm people and all of this other stuff. And I'm running around my city right now sometimes, and I get it's kind of magical here because you always get a get a note or a message that you guys get a note or a message that people been through some of this shit, simply mentally harassed. You know what I'm saying? So I'm laying in bed one night in my old apartment, knocked the fuck out, damn near asleep. I wasn't asleep, I was half asleep. Excuse me. Damn near sleeping. And I'm trying to think to myself, why is all this unnatural thinking going on? What do you mean by all unnatural thinking? Okay. Unnatural thinking. So let's just say it like this. If I was a 8th grade or 9th grade teacher, right? And I spend my night, going over my lesson plans, right? Doing something like that, making sure, everything's settled with the kids and all that. Not settled, but make sure, I graded all the papers, did all this other shit, whatever else the case is. Make sure, I think they've been working on raising their pay, because a lot of people don't know teachers got to do a lot of work at home too. I'm not sure, they stay late, all kind of crazy stuff, but I think it's real cool. But anyway, so you go home at night, you go to sleep, you don't have, I would like to assume that they think about, maybe, and this is just me, because when I was in school, I used to go to bed like, damn, that fight was crazy, or damn, I ain't gonna forget that girl with them booty shorts on right before it got cold outside. What is it? I think every boy would know when school starts too, and September, right? Boom. So you got like about a good week and a half in September to still see some shorts or something, like, whatever the case is. But anyway, so let's just say early September. No, never mind. I'm getting a little sidetracked. But the long story short is, as a teacher, you either gonna, this is my opinion, you either gonna remember, I gotta stop doing that. As a I'm thinking, they would be like, all right, wow, everything great, everything done, And they be like, damn, boy. Me personally, I'm like, damn, that fight was crazy, or this looked crazy, or whatever happened. You just kind of doze off and go to sleep. So I'm laying in bed, and I'm listening to all this riffraff. And this is when I started to realize, like, I'm hearing stuff, you know what I mean, outside of what I want to be thinking about. And there's nothing okay about it. Well, maybe it's okay, but I simply just decided to like shift a little bit, and I stopped hearing it. So it was almost as if I was in a dentist's office with the light on my damn cavity, and it just simply stopped. So it seemed very manufactured. That's the word I want to use. Very manufactured. And so it seemed very manufactured in a sense. So I say that to say this: they start feeding you bullshit information. Maybe if you want to call it your peak sleep time, or so between making sacrifices and mentally, screwing your brain up, it's kind of interesting. You know what I'm saying? So like me, when I was in school, I would go to bed, all right, I got testimony. No, that's more like I got test tomorrow, got this tomorrow, there's stuff like that going on. You worry about that, and then you just doze up and go to sleep. So they literally will constantly feed you all this crazy information. me personally, the information I was getting fed was like over the top. And I'm at here. Over the top. My story goes working, grinding, like home. And this is the thing, well, and you know, being in service, you know, you come home, you know, your life is pretty much set back. It's always different. You know, you spend maybe 14 months, you know, 14 months total, you know, traveling, or it's about 14 months traveling. You know, your whole entire deployment. Well, that equals almost, I'd say 12 months or so. But it's a setback of almost, what they say, it's a setback of almost 2.5 years of your life, and that's pretty much what a military deployment looks like. So imagine understanding that a deployment is almost equal to a 2-year setback in your life. So it's almost like, damn, you come home, you know, and your family miss you. You haven't spoken to or seen them for over a year or so. And I want to say your main focus is getting back, you know, getting things back in order. You don't know what you come home to.